My name is Zach. I'm just here at FitMetabolism, and today I want to talk a little bit about glute activation, specifically the glute medius, which is one of the most important things to fire when it comes to running, anything when it comes to core activation, but specifically running when it comes to knee issues. So, big thing I have here, I have Shane again on the ground, and we're going to get into a position, and we're going to get into a side plank or an oblique bridge on his elbow. The first thing I'm going to get him to do before he gets up, though, is he's going to stabilize his shoulder blade. What I love about this exercise is kind of combining everything in one, just like if you follow the other blogs. So you squeeze your shoulder blade together. Okay, what he's going to do is he's going to lift his hips up as high as he can, and he's keep his knees on the ground. And the goal is, and why I have the stick here, I'm looking for an alignment. Alignment's key on this, making sure his shoulder, his hip, and his knee are in a good alignment. So I pull his hips just a little bit more forward, right there, perfect. Okay, from that position, he's going to lift this arm up in the air, which what that does is gives him a good idea of how to stabilize his shoulder blades a little bit better. From that position, what I want him to do is he's going to lift this knee up in a controlled manner. Go ahead, while exhaling, because he's going against gravity, and inhale back down, and exhale. So this is kind of the exercise we're doing with this. Now, what I want him to do with this is focus is everything when it comes to exercise. So the biggest thing I want him to focus on here is pushing his left knee, which is the one in contact with the ground, as hard as he can in the ground, and trying to keep those hips up as high as he can. So a little higher, Shane, a little bit higher, good. And back down. You can hear he's still breathing. Core is nice and engaged. Go ahead, give me a couple more reps there. He's shaking pretty good there. So the whole focus is to get that, all the focus should be gifted towards that left knee. One more time for me, Shane. Good, and then relax. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fire, just relax for me. He's trying to fire that left glute, so the glute that's closest to the ground, and it's almost going to feel, it's an inner part of that muscle tube, so it's just under the glute maximus. And we're trying to get that thing to fire, and that's gonna help with a lot of stabilization of that hip. So, like I said, there's a lot of things going on here, but the biggest thing I'm looking at here is just to get that glute medius to fire as best as possible. So, the big thing when you're doing this, you try and get 1, 2, 3 sets of 8 to 15 reps per side. It depends on how advanced you want to go. So that's basically what I wanted to cover today with the glute medius. But stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna incorporate another exercise just before we get into the lunge and squats and the deadlifts. So hopefully stay tuned for that.